Okay, joining us this evening is Ashutosh of the Aam Aadmi Party, Nalin Kohli of the BJP, Brijesh Kalappa of the Congress, and Arati Jerath, who is a senior journalist. We will begin the debate with one question, please, and I just want to say, let's keep it civil. Be strong, be loud, be as aggressive as you want. But I request everyone to be civil. I request everyone as far as possible to let the other side complete their points and not speak over each other. I'm saying this because I know the intensity of feeling that everyone has in this debate. Now, Ashutosh, leave everything aside. Everything aside. But just look at the language. Psychopath. Coward. You know, your principal secretary is fighting a corruption case. He is one among 14 people who is raided, 14 locations raided in one case. There is an ongoing case against him. There are allegations against him, and you know he may be the chief minister's principal secretary or private secretary or whatever he is, but he can't get there's no quota policy that your Kejriwal's private secretary should be treated separately. So that's something that Kejriwal should know about. Because he is being raided, Kejriwal says the Prime Minister of India is a psychopathic coward. What kind of language is this? You want to begin with an apology to Nalin Kohli, who's on the other side tonight.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, let me tell you very frankly that if Mr. Modi and his government wants to apologize for the act which they had done, if he is willing to apologize for the act he has done, we are ready to apologize for the work.
And what is that act?
And I don't want to.
And what is that act?
No. It is the most undemocratic, most unconstitutional act ever been done, imposed on any fully elected government. And if today, if CBI has got the guts and CBI has got the audacity to raid a chief minister's office who's fully elected by the people of Delhi, then do you think this is an act which is a normal act?
That's not my question.
Do you believe that this is the normal act?
No, that's not my question.
No, I'm answering your question.
No, my question is.
I'm answering
my question. Okay, I'll let Nalin Kohli respond to you. 1 second. Nalin Kohli, you heard it. We'll keep it quick, okay, Ashutosh? We'll keep tossing between all our panelists on this one. Nalin Kohli, on the timing, you respond first.
Well, I mean, it's ignorance. Mr. Ashutosh doesn't understand the entire workings. He's making wild allegations because his leader has come out with something completely intemperate. Mr. Kejriwal knows about taking the oath of the Constitution. He doesn't know what it means to meet that oath. So that's why he has any kind of words for anyone. You should refer to the website of the Aam Aadmi Party. They were welcoming in very large things and they put it on their website. I have it right here on my iPad. CBI can investigate corruption cases without waiting for the consent from the government. This is the Aam Aadmi Party's website, www.aamaadmiparty.org/CBI-can investigate, etc. So, I mean, what's happened to them? They have double standards as always.
Okay. You're being very muted in your initial responses. Brijesh, No, 1 second. 1 second. If it is an overreaction, Ashutosh, there is no harm in accepting overreaction. Please understand the CBI is carried out in connection with the allegations against the Delhi government Principal Secretary Rajendra Kumar, not Kejriwal. You may want to make it Kejriwal, but it's not. You can't invent fiction on the program. You can't write fiction on the program.
Arnab Goswami?
No, I know my name. You tell me if Rajendra Kumar shares the same office as Arvind Kejriwal, is that the fault of the CBI?
I'm not talking about the fiction, I'm talking about the reality. The reality is, till now when I'm talking to you, nobody is allowed to enter into the CM's office. Why this is happening? Why this is happening? Is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is an accused? Is there a
Nalin Kohli.
Why his office has been raided? Why nobody has been allowed to enter in his office?
So is there a case or not? Is there a case or not? Is there a case or not?
Chief minister's office.
Look how circumstances change. Once upon a time, Ashutosh.
Is there any case against Arvind Kejriwal?
Okay, Nalin respond.
Is there any case against Arvind Kejriwal?
Exactly, but that's what you're being told that there isn't.
Is CBI interrogating?
That's what you're being told that there isn't.
If there is a
you're being told that there isn't. You're contradicting yourself. Now you're falling over your own contradictions. There is no case against Arvind Kejriwal. You are saying tonight there is no case against Arvind Kejriwal. So you know the truth, and yet you are saying the Prime Minister is a psychopath. I mean, what are you doing? You can't run with the hare and hunt with the hound. You are being confused now, Ashutosh. You don't know what to say in response now.
No.
You just said there is no case against Kejriwal, so you are contradicting yourself.
Arnab Goswami,
आप confused हो चुके हैं अभी.
The BJP is contradicting. BJP doesn't know. BJP does not know what he's saying. Today,
no, is there a corruption case against?
In the parliament
is there a corruption case? Okay,
let me
answer me.
tell- no,
Is there a corruption case against the
Arnab,
Delhi
let me-
government principal secretary called
Arnab,
Rajendra
I'm telling
Kumar?
you,
Is there a corruption case?
Does BJP know that why Arvind Kejriwal's office has been raided when the finance minister himself has said in the parliament?
But it's not Arvind Kejriwal's office which is raided, it is his principal secretary's office which is raided. Okay, 1 second. Nalin Kohli.
Respond, Mr. Goswami.
Nalin Kohli.
Kejriwal's office is being
No,
raided.
it's his office is next to Arvind Kejriwal's. Come on, be logical, please, Ashutosh. Nalin, be logical. 1 second.
Why? I'm asking this question.
Mr.
I'm
Goswami,
asking this question.
this is a debate
If there is no case
between
against Arvind
rhetoric and
Kejriwal,
emotions on one
against
side,
Arvind Kejriwal,
facts
why
and
his
rules
office has
on the
been
other
raided?
side. There is no, may I, Mr. Ashutosh? There is no raid on Mr. Kejriwal. Mr. Rajendra Kumar happens to
That's
be
not true.
appointed as the principal secretary working in the same building in a separate corridor. When a raid takes place, the nature of a raid is the element of
No, no,
surprise. You don't send an invitation or an advance thing that we are going to come and raid you. Then when a raid is taken place, the ingress and the egress, that means people are not allowed to go. That's again in the nature of raid. That's not about the CBI, anyone. And to straight away look at it, there are also questions being raised here that in the past, adverse comments were there about Mr. Rajendra Kumar. The big question is, why has Mr. Kejriwal chosen to keep an officer on whom questions were being asked, on whom a complaint went, close to him, and when the raid is done on a corruption case, why is he escalating it to believe it's a raid on Mr. Kejriwal? Why is Mr. Kejriwal nervous? What is the issue that he's scared that Mr. Rajendra Kumar will reveal?
No, Nalin Kohli, first of all, you do not know the facts. You are saying that the principal
Arnab, may I come in?
corridor.
Coming to you, Brajesh. Let them complete this point.
Have you ever visited to the Central Secretariat? Have you ever, Nalin Kohli, have you ever visited the Central? Have you ever visited the CM's office? It's right there.
No, I haven't, Mr. Ashutosh. You haven't invited me. If you invite me, I'll be happy to visit.
Against the Principal Secretary, Aam Aadmi Party, why are you raiding Arvind Kejriwal's office? Why nobody is allowed to enter in his office? Why? And Nalin Kohli, you are lying on a national channel and saying that he lives in a different corridor. Have you ever visited? Have you ever visited the office?
You got it wrong. No, you got it wrong. No, Ashutosh, listen. Ashutosh, listen.
Does Mr. Rajendra Kumar sit in Mr. Kejriwal's office?
Does it help?
Please tell the world today. What does Mr. Ashutosh say? Does Mr. Rajendra Kumar sit in Mr. Kejriwal's
Am I
office?
saying using this kind of language? No, liars, cowards, psychopaths. I mean, what kind of language is this, Ashutosh?
If there is any
what
case,
language?
Aam Aadmi Party is the first
psychopath, cowardice, lying. This is the new governance model of the Aam Aadmi Party's alternative.
Our minister, it is
Gali Galoj kuch bhi kar do.
our minister. If there was any case, they should have contacted Arvind Kejriwal, the chief minister, should have requested.
Oh yeah, so you tell in advance. Send an advance. Mr. Kejriwal, we want to raid your closest ally, who is your principal secretary, who's stuck in a corruption case, on your website when you say don't inform us. This is the new model of the Arvind Kejriwal.
This is dangerous. Arnab Goswami, this is dangerous for the federalism.
First, you've got your facts.
Calling the Prime Minister psychopath.
First, you've got your facts. Ashutosh,
call the Prime Minister of India the largest
Ashutosh, 1 minute. Nalin Kohli.
That is not dangerous.
Nalin, 1 minute. Nalin
Say
Kohli, 1 minute.
anarchist. Bharat anarchist. मैं anarchist हूँ.
Wait a minute, Nalin Kohli. Wait a minute.
Wonderful, Mr.
Wait a minute.
Wonderful.
Wait a minute, Nalin Kohli. Wait a minute. And Brajesh, I'm coming to you, and Arati, I'll come to you as well. I just want to make a point to Ashutosh. Ashutosh, listen to me.
Do I need to remind you the what kind of language Mr. Prime Minister has been making, including all the leaders, including Arvind Kejriwal?
I don't recall the word being psychopath for the democratically elected constitutional position ever used in the history of India.
I don't need to learn language.
You have created history, Mr. Ashutosh.
I'm sorry to say
and you are proud of it. That's the thing what the nation must see. Mr. Kejriwal's language is intemperate, regrettable, completely pedestrian, and you are proud of it.
Okay, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Let's stay on the facts. Ashutosh.
Do I need...
Ashutosh.
May I come in, Arnab?
I'm coming to you, Brajesh. Just 1 minute. Ashutosh, please listen to me. Please stay on the facts, Ashutosh, and you need to hear me for a minute.
2 years is the gap. What Mr. Kejriwal's gap is 2 years with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He calls him a kid.
Here's
he
one
calls
point.
the Prime Minister
Nalin Kohli and Ashutosh,
What
please
on
pull
earth?
back for a minute, and I'm coming into the debate. And I need Ashutosh to listen to me. Ashutosh, you need to listen to me for a minute, please. Please, Ashutosh, listen to me. Please listen to me. Listen, Ashutosh. I've known you for some time. All of us have our weaknesses and some of us have our strengths. One of your strengths has been that if you made a mistake, you don't end up justifying the mistake. First, you're factually wrong. The Principal Secretary, I think, or a senior ranking officer very close to Badal when he was Chief Minister was raided when Deve Gowda was the Prime Minister. So don't say there is no precedent, there is a precedent. That's point number one. That's all on point number one. Let me complete to point number two. Point number two is this. Listen, Ashutosh. Today, Arvind Kejriwal said, when Modi can't handle me politically, he resorts to his cowardice. What a coward and a psychopath he is. The fact of the matter is, if the CBI and the government are saying it is the Principal Secretary's office which has been raided and that has nothing to do with the Chief Minister, why did you cry vendetta? Right? The fact of the matter is the Principal Secretary is the target. You tell everyone tonight on the program, Ashutosh, is there a corruption case right now that is being investigated against Kejriwal's Principal Secretary or not? Yes or no? Is there a corruption case? Yes or no? And you are the same people who said when there is a corruption case, nobody should hold public office. How come the rules change when it applies to you? You should have asked this man to go by now. You know the details of the case and I can challenge you on the details of the case. There is an existing complaint at a time when Kejriwal should be speaking against corruption and cooperating with the centre on allegations of corruption against his Principal Secretary. He cries political vendetta. So if anyone carries out corruption outside, he's corrupt. But if anyone carries out corruption inside Kejriwal's inner circle, the person is a victim of political vendetta. This is opportunistic politics, Ashutosh. You know it. And you should accept it on the Newshour tonight. That you know the facts of the case.
Can I
accept it? You want a David versus Goliath battle? You want Arvind to look like David and Modi to look like Goliath? That is your political imagination. But understand there is a corruption case against Kejriwal's right-hand man. Say it. Television पर बोलिए, Newshour पर बोलिए. आज की corruption case है कि नहीं है? है कि नहीं है बताइए आज.
Arnab Goswami ji,
आप बताइए लोगों को.
Thank you so much for giving such a long sermon.
नहीं मैं सच तो बोलिए आप. Corruption case है.
पहली बात आपने अर्नब गोस्वामी, मैं आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं.
आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए. उल्टा सवाल क्या पूछ रहे हैं आप? मेरे जवाब दीजिए. करप्शन केस है कि नहीं है?
मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं जरा मुझे एक एग्जांपल
करप्शन है
किसी मुख्यमंत्री का दफ्तर को इस तरीके से रेड.
मैंने आपको अभी एग्जांपल दिया ना.
मुख्यमंत्री का
आपको मैंने अभी एग्जांपल दे दिया. देवे गौड़ा जब प्रधानमंत्री थे, देवे गौड़ा जब
हैज द ऑफिस बीन रेडेड एंड द सील्ड.
देवे गौड़ा जब प्रधानमंत्री थे, Are, do you know that the Principal Secretary to Badal was raided when Deve Gowda was the Chief Prime Minister? What are you saying? So you got your facts wrong.
Arnab Goswami, you have to.
You got your facts wrong, Ashutosh.
You tell me. You give me the example when the Chief Minister's office was raided as a scene.
But this is the Principal Secretary. Now you can say Principal. Are you saying the Principal Secretary cannot be touched because he's close to Kejriwal?
Do not. Mr. Arnab Goswami,
Ashutosh, you got your facts wrong.
Do not mix up things that don't misguide the people. No, your facts are wrong.
Ashutosh, you are misguiding people today.
When in independent India, the Chief Minister's office was raided and sealed. Give me one example.
Can I tell you something, Ashutosh? Can I tell you one thing, Ashutosh? Ashutosh.
Arnab Goswami, you should don't misguide the people.
Double standards by you.
I'm talking about the fact.
Double standards by you.
The fact is, never ever a Chief Minister's office has been raided.
I just gave you an example.
This has happened.
What about Badal's Principal Secretary? Where does he belong to? Badal's Principal Secretary was raided when Deve Gowda was the Prime Minister.
CBI has been used against Mamata Banerjee. CBI has been used against all kinds of opposition leaders. May I ask
you want to do politics over it? You say I want to do politics.
May I come in, please, Arnab?
Brijesh Kalappa coming into the debate. Brijesh Kalappa. Okay, Brijesh is coming to the debate. I think in your defense, go ahead, Brijesh.
Just one comment.
Brijesh Kalappa. No, Nalin, after Brijesh.
No.
Arnab, I was listening, Arnab. I was listening with some amusement. At Nalin Kohli saying that, look, what kinds of words had been used. I remember a word called which a union minister had made, and the Prime Minister
don't repeat
did not
this
take
language.
any action against her. What happened to those words?
What is this?
What happened to Mr. Chaturvedi, who's supposed to be a whistleblower? He's not been given a posting for 3 years by Mr. Modi. What's happened to Mr. Khemka, who's been kicked around like a football in Haryana? The same Mr. Khemka, which Mr. Modi was taking the support of, he was speaking very highly of
You
Mr.
tell me,
Khemka.
Brajesh, remain focused on this subject, no?
Far from it, he's been kicked around like a football.
But Brajesh, why aren't you focused on this subject?
No, I'm only saying
why aren't you remaining focused on today's events?
Look,
you know Kejriwal is on weak ground.
Let me come.
No, do you accept Kejriwal is on weak ground?
I must first point out.
No, Arnab Goswami, you are on the weak ground.
You're misleading people, Ashutosh.
You're taking the fight of the BJP. Your facts are wrong.
Very first
Your
thing,
facts are wrong, Arnab Goswami.
Which facts are wrong?
Very first thing that Mr. Kejriwal, who's supposed to be the embodiment of RTI, of transparency, the first thing he did after entering the Secretariat was to see that the press was kept out. Unless a person has something to hide, why would he keep the press out?
Ask
from the
Ashutosh.
Secretariat? Why did Kejriwal keep the press out of the Secretariat? The moment he
May I have a word in, Mr. Goswami?
The first thing is, when you take a person who's a shady character in the CMO, you're asking for this kind of trouble.
See,
and Mr. Kejriwal was asking for it. When he took a shady person like Rajendra Kumar on and kept him as his closest confidant in the Secretariat, certainly was asking for trouble.
Why does
How
the person
can you say today that Chief Minister's office is raided?
No, 1 second. Why does, okay, Ashutosh, listen here. Listen, Ashutosh. First of all, don't get into the victim mode. I'm saying here tonight that, even the Congress.
The victim, no, Arnab.
Ashutosh, you're not listening to my questions now.
You have not replied to that simple question.
You listen to my questions, Ashutosh.
No, you have not answered.
You listen to my questions. Ashutosh, you tell me. I'll ask you a simple question and then a technical question. My simple question to you is a repeat of what Brijesh Kalappa is saying. Arvind Kejriwal and all of you like to project yourself as the messiahs of the anti-corruption movement of cleaning up India. Why would you ever put a person with a shady background facing allegations of corruption and nepotism being investigated as the right-hand man of the Chief Minister who wants to project himself as Mr. Honesty? If you've done so, then stand up for it. You want me to talk to you about this case? By the way, please tell me, you had no hesitation in suspending another Principal Secretary, Sanjay Pratap Singh, over allegations of bribery. But when a man handpicked by Kejriwal to be his Principal Secretary is raided,
what is the special relationship between Rajendra Kumar and Kejriwal?
Arnab Goswami, let me...
Ashutosh, today you are on weak ground.
Very frankly, if there is a case against Rajendra Kumar, please go ahead. Please go ahead and investigate. But what is the need for raiding and the sealing?
Raiding is part of the investigations.
Has it ever happened?
Of course, all investigations there are raids.
CBI should go ahead and
Is this the first raid that has happened in the world or in India? Is this the first CBI raid ever carried out? How can there be?
I am saying again, Arnab Goswami, don't mix up the case.
You're mixing up, Ashutosh.
People. I am asking simple question. No, you are mixing up. I am saying if there is a case against Rajendra Kumar, please go ahead and investigate.
Mr. Goswami.
Double standards, Ashutosh, double standards. The fact of the matter is, that I am going to say something which you are not going to like.
What is the need?
Ashutosh.
Why Arvind Kejriwal's office is...
Okay, Arati Jerath coming into the debate. Arati Jerath.
Mr. Goswami, I want to come in for a minute.
Arati Jerath.
Arnab, all this is really distressing. There should be a war against corruption fought by everybody. All the political parties, all state governments, central government, all the people. But instead of a war on corruption, we have a political war here. How are we going to ever stop corruption if political parties are going to trade charges like this? I mean, somewhere, some sense must dawn on all political parties.
Arti, you tell me.
That this is a war on corruption.
Arti, this is all fine, but you tell me today. Please understand this. Can Arvind Kejriwal, by what stretch of the imagination does he say that any action against my Principal Secretary is an act of political vendetta? I mean, if the man has done shady deals, he didn't ask the permission of anyone, including the CBI or the people of India, before carrying out the shady deals.
The words he used against the Prime Minister are very distressing. Ashutosh, you really need to apologize for that.
Absolutely.
How can you call the Prime Minister a psychopath? Whatever. I don't know the details of what happened, whether a CM's office was shut or not shut, but you can't call the Prime Minister a psychopath, just like you can't call any political leader names.
No, and for which reason? Because his right-hand man... Because his right-hand man has been raided in connection with a corruption case.
Arnab Goswami,
you are defending corruption tonight.
Arnab Goswami, you are not
Ashutosh, aap corruption ko defend kar rahe hain.
You are not being fair.
You have changed your political line.
Arnab Goswami, you are not being fair. Arnab Goswami or not, our track record has been very, very clean. When we got the information about our own cabinet minister, it is our cabinet minister who was sacked. Nobody has raised that issue. When there was a case, again, we found the case.
Yeah, because he's not the right-hand man of Kejriwal.
Nobody has a monopoly on the fight against corruption. Nobody has a monopoly on the fight against corruption. Not the BJP. Nobody has a monopoly.
I'm saying two things. One, Aam Aadmi Party record has been very, very clean. It is Aam Aadmi Party who has sacked his own cabinet minister. When we got the information that is involved into some kind of corrupt practices, it is Aam Aadmi Party who has informed the CBI to take action against the secretary a few days back. So if you are trying to investigate a case against Rajendra Kumar, please go ahead and investigate. But what is the need of sealing and raiding the office of a chief minister who is duly elected?
Okay.
Do you think it is a banana?
It is not the chief minister, for God's sake. Why don't you understand? No, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, Mr. Ashutosh, if you've got the facts wrong, then accept it. Now listen to me. The finance minister stated on the floor of the Rajya Sabha that raids have been carried out in 14 different locations. So it is not the principal secretary's office. It is not the principal secretary's office which is adjacent to the chief minister's office which has been singled out. Kejriwal is not the target. You want to present Kejriwal as the target so you can go around to the whole world and say the whole world is about Kejriwal versus Modi. You want a Kejriwal versus Modi fight. You don't want to fight against corruption. You are trying to push your political careers in the process. You want it to be a Kejriwal versus Modi fight. Tell me why, if the chief minister was being targeted. Okay, Ashutosh, I have one question for you. If the chief minister was being targeted,
if you are scared of asking a question to Mr. Narendra Modi,
the chief minister,
tell it on your channel that
you tell me, Ashutosh, if the chief minister was being targeted, why would the CBI search Rajendra Kumar's residence?
You have never been the chief minister's office.
If the chief minister, I have been enough time to the chief minister's office, please. By the way, answer my question. If the chief minister was being targeted, why would the CBI search Rajendra Kumar's residence? Why would they search Rajendra Kumar's residence if the chief minister is being targeted? Answer me.
Have ever Aam Aadmi Party objected to that? No. But if you raid and seal chief minister's office,
Mr. Ashutosh, the fact of the matter is the raid, and the very purpose of a raid is that it has to be unannounced. If the principal secretary shares official premises with the chief minister, is that the CBI's fault? The prior sanction of the chief state government is not required to carry out a raid by the CBI.
And why did they need to have a man like this when a complaint was against him? Why were they preventing it? And why are they today raising the stakes to such an extent that they want to make it seem it's on Mr. Kejriwal? Why this nervousness that when the minute Mr. Rajendra Kumar is raided, the Aam Aadmi Party
let Ashutosh complete.
Psychopath.
No. Arnab Goswami, you are trying to tell me that Mr. Arun Jaitley is lying? What Arun Jaitley has said that this raid has nothing to do with
It's very clear that Mr. Modi likes to practice these dual practices.
Much before that.
Where his own ministers are involved in trying to say that they have a higher degree than what they actually have. Then he tries to hide
Mr. Goswami, may I please come in? I have a request. Mr. Kalappa is on a trip of his own. I'd like to give him a few answers too.
On affidavit, on the one hand, she says she has a BCom. On the other, she says she has a BA, and she has neither.
Listen, Brijesh,
why does Mr. Modi have Mr. Tomar picked up?
Brijesh, are you trying to change the subject because you know Ashutosh is on weak ground?
If you have Tomar picked up,
Mr. Goswami, may I just come in for a minute, please?
No, my question is, let Ashutosh tell me. Ashutosh, please tell me. Ashutosh, forget for a moment. No, one second. I want to ask two questions to Ashutosh, then I'm coming to all of you. I want to ask two questions to Ashutosh. I want to ask two.
The fact is that Mr. Modi and his government have been
Please see Mr. Ashutosh's ally in the Congress party. Does Brijesh Kalappa endorse Mr. Kejriwal's view that Rahul Gandhi is a kid in politics? And does he endorse the views of the NSUI that said, Kaha Raja Bhoj, Kaha Gangu Teli in Allahabad a few weeks ago? And the great Mr. Rahul Gandhi is that. Does he endorse the views of Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, who called the Prime Minister when he was Chief Minister Gangu Teli, or the word Ghanchi, or the word Bandar, or the word Langur? Come on, Mr. Brijesh Kalappa. You are trying to protect Mr. Ashutosh because Mr. Ashutosh is on a weak wicket. Because today they are in corruption. You are worried that maybe corruption cases will lead to you. Because at that time, Rajendra Kumar was associated with your government in Delhi, which is Sheila Dikshit's government. So that's why you are by force against also what was said to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, calling him a kid, protecting Mr. Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party.
And he has been calling a political opponent
notoriously filthy mouth. What is this? Some kind of an ad for some mouthwash or what? Notoriously filthy mouth.
Canvassing
Go and put it to your leaders. Somebody called Rahul Gandhi a joker also. Did you send them some mouthwash then?
Today you want to take a high moral ground? Mr. Modi
what high moral ground?
One of the most filthy mouths.
Mr. Rajendra Kumar served in the government of
Please now. Even in the course of this debate, you pull yourself back. We will not further abuse with more abuse. Brijesh Kalappa and Nalin Kohli pull back. Now I request your permission.
Called for a civilized debate.
Yes, I request your permission for a 3-question rapid fire with Ashutosh. 3 questions, Ashutosh, from me to you. And answer them without thinking that you stand behind a wall which is Aam Aadmi Party written on it. Answer it as Ashutosh. Okay? Forget your political bias. Just give me a clear answer. Question number 1.
Don't sermonize Arnab Goswami.
I'm not summarizing. I'm asking you to answer my questions in a straightforward manner and not obfuscate or divert. My first question to you is, listen to my question.
I'm not diverting the issues. You are not hitting the nail on the
Don't worry, I will do that.
You are scared of raising a question to Mr. Narendra Modi.
Ashutosh.
You are scared of raising a question to Amit Shah.
Ashutosh. Question number 1 to you.
I am asking you.
Question number 1 to you, Ashutosh.
I am asking you. It's easy to target.
Question number 1, Ashutosh, to you.
It's difficult to target Narendra Modi.
Ashutosh.
It's difficult for you to target Narendra Modi.
Ashutosh.
And you know what?
Listen, hello, Mr. Ashutosh.
What kind of a politics
Mr.
is pursued throughout?
Ashutosh.
Go to the Gujarat and ask the wife of Haren Pandya.
Okay, Ashutosh, my question number 1 to you is this. Please answer the question instead of burning into a political lecture. My question number 1 to you tonight is this. A, listen to me. Question 1. Is the prior sanction of the Kejriwal government required to conduct a raid by the CBI? Yes or no? Just answer.
Let me answer. Can I answer it?
Quickly, briefly, without any turning around, U-turns. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Aam Aadmi Party's government record has been very, very clean.
Is permission required? What was my question?
We were fighting it when we got the information.
What was my question?
I'm answering.
Is sanction required?
When we got the information about own cabinet.
Is sanction required?
Not Narendra Modi.
Is sanction required?
When we got the information about our own secretary.
Is sanction required?
We informed to the CBI to take action.
Is sanction required?
We informed. So don't tell us.
Is sanction required?
Don't tell us.
Yes or no, sanction required?
CBI has the courtesy. If the CBI has the
courtesy.
No.
CBI director should call Arvind Kejriwal and say, Arvind Kejriwal ji बुरा न माने तो कल सुबह मैं अपने अफसर भेज दूं. ये चाहते हैं आप लोगों ने मजाक बना के रखा है.
आपको क्या लगता है अगर वो कहते तो क्या मना कर देते? अगर हम मना करते, अगर हम फाइल नहीं देते,
मना नहीं करते, मगर जो बाकी फाइल होते सब छुप जाते कहीं और. राजेंद्र कुमार को पता चल जाता रेड सक्सेसफुल नहीं होती.
आपको शायद अर्नब गोस्वामी जी आपको जानकारी नहीं है. आपको जानकारी नहीं है.
नाउ आई वांट टू रिवील समथिंग.
तौर पे कहा है कि सरकार से उसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है. ये आप अरुण जेटली जी कह रहे हैं. अगर इस सरकार से कोई लेना देना नहीं है तो अरविंद केजरीवाल के दफ्तर में क्या वहां पे.
नाउ टेल मी, इज देयर अ सेकंड क्वेश्चन?
जब इस दफ्तर
आप लड़खड़ा रहे हैं आज बहुत. यू आर गेटिंग शेकी नाउ. यू आर ऑन शेकी ग्राउंड.
दफ्तर में क्यों नहीं छापे?
यू आर ऑन शेकी ग्राउंड. आप लड़खड़ा रहे हैं. आशुतोष जी रुक जाइए प्लीज. आशुतोष, second question to you is, please tell me yes or no without any aggression. See, I'm not being aggressive with you. I'm asking you a straight question. Tell me, tell all the people of India tonight.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, I'm enjoying your questions.
So am I.
Don't be aggressive.
So am I. I would enjoy it more if you were to answer my question.
Don't take sides.
I'm not. I'm expecting you to answer my question. My second question to you is this. Please tell me, Mr. Ashutosh, is it true or false that there are allegations of deep corruption against Arvind Kejriwal's Principal Secretary, that he adopted corrupt practices and caused great loss to the government exchequer, that he formed a company got it empaneled with a PSU and got the work of the PSU enlisted to his own company, that he gave work orders to his companies without an open tender, that he appointed his family members as directors to his companies that were benefiting out of working for PSUs. Are these allegations, do these allegations exist or not exist? Is there an ongoing investigation on these allegations or not? Don't divert the question. Either there is an ongoing investigation, in which case Arvind Kejriwal should have sacked this man, or there is no ongoing investigation. चीज पे आप दूसरा फोकस मत कीजिए. करप्शन के इस allegations पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है कि नहीं? उन्होंने ऐसे कंपनीज बनाए थे कि नहीं? एम्पैनल किया था कि नहीं? अपने लोगों को भर्ती किया था कि नहीं? पैसा बनाया था कि नहीं? पैसा बनाया था कि नहीं?
अर्नब गोस्वामी, पहली बात
आप बताइए.
गोस्वामी, पहली बात मैं आपको बता देना चाहता हूं कि मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं, अगर सीबीआई हमारे मुख्यमंत्री के पास आती और उनसे कहती कि उनके खिलाफ ये क्रेडिबल एविडेंसेस हम
आपको पता नहीं था,
कहते कि आप जाके अरेस्ट करिए उनको.
आप कहते आप पता नहीं था. नलिन कोहली
आपको बता रहा हूं.
नलिन कोहली वो कहते हैं, आशुतोष जी कहते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल को पता ही नहीं था कि इस तरह के
दिखाई होती और हम
गहरे आरोप थे.
तो जाके
ओके नलिन कोहली, सो यू आर सेइंग
हमारा रिकॉर्ड क्लीन है. हम आपको बता रहे हैं.
आपको
कोई ऐसा मुख्यमंत्री नहीं.
I know, Mr. Ashutosh, that there was a company which got empaneled with a PSU called ICSIL, which then gave out. Mr. Please go back and ask yourself, is there a company called Endeavor System Private Limited, and IT related work and SAP license for more than 50 crore rupees was got done through this modus operandi?
Letter, complaint, it's all over the world, but the Aam Aadmi Party doesn't have it.
Nalin, Ashutosh is saying हमको पता ही नहीं था. We never knew that there were corruption charges against Rajendra Kumar.
चुने के मुख्यमंत्री के पास अगर कागज प्रोड्यूस करती.
I told you in the beginning of the show, Mr. Goswami, I think Mr. Ashutosh has spoken long enough. Perhaps by mistake, for some variety, some other voices may be heard on the show also.
One second. Nalin Kohli is responding to your response that हमें पता ही नहीं था. We didn't even know about the corruption allegations. Well, now you know. Then now that you know, why are you? Now that you know, first of all, how can you say you didn't know? That means that Arvind Kejriwal does not do a check of the people working for him. You didn't know about these allegations. Now that you know, sack him. Will you sack him now? Now, Nalin Kohli.
My request is, Mr. Goswami, I'd like to speak, and I hope I'm not interrupted. Let's go one by one. First of all is, Mr. Ashish Joshi made that complaint. It's in public domain. It was with the ACB, it was with the CBI as late as July. They knew about it. He made this even publicly, that there are complaints against Rajendra Kumar. There must have been information about Rajendra Kumar. Why don't you go and find out? You are after all, as the media can find out whether there were any adverse reports. But Mr. Kejriwal has chosen to keep Mr. Rajendra Kumar. When a raid is conducted at 14 places, including his residence, obviously his office would be raided. Tell me, can it be more ridiculous than this? That you are supposed to inform Mr. Kejriwal about a raid so that he can go and tell Mr. Rajendra Kumar or what? That's a raid.
I'm glad
when the raid is done, what does immediately Mr. Ashutosh's party do? They call the Prime Minister. Mr. Ashutosh, have some patience. Mr. Ashutosh, I know you are trying to what? Arun Jaitley, what Prime Minister? Let me finish. Let me finish, Mr. Ashutosh. I know I can't expect politeness from you, because after all your standards are different. You would like the Constitution to go in the Bay of Bengal. You would like to stop the Rajpath progress of 26 January. Your Chief Minister is proud of saying, I am an anarchist. Today he is proud of calling the Prime Minister a psychopath. So you will do everything.
Why don't you ask to Harin Pandya's wife?
That's okay. I expect you to be personal, because that standard is set by no less than Kejriwal. So I think, Mr. Ashutosh, you are free to say what you like. It's not going to make a difference to me, because your standard I'm not going to join. I won't join your standard. Your Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, your Prime Minister. He's a psychopath. Come on, Mr. Ashutosh. You may have made a mistake leaving a news channel, but why didn't you open a news channel for Mr. Kejriwal? All you do is ask questions, never have any answers. Go and open a news channel, call it Kejri TV, and you be the CEO. What is the problem?
I'm asking you. Do I need to remind you what Harin Pandya's wife thinks about it?
एक और प्रश्न, One more question. Why are you not forgetting? You are not a news anchor.
No, don't get dramatic. Nalin Kohli, don't get dramatic.
Who's stopping you?
Don't get dramatic. I mean, Nalin Kohli, I know you have participated a bit in the drama.
I'm not dramatic.
Television studio is not drama.
Okay,
Not
we
yet.
take a break.
Be on fact. Be on fact. The whole country is watching you.
What is your
Okay,
website?
so we'll come back on
Come on,
facts.
see your website.
We'll come back
Mr.
on facts.
Ashutosh, come back to your
Can we come on,
website.
man? We'll come. Okay, one second.
Yeah, come on, see.
Have you got the
CBI, welcome it. CBI can investigate without permission. What happened? Now that today is raided on the closest confidant of the Chief Minister, why does Mr. Kejriwal want to protect
what happened in the Japan Ghotala?
What is it that Mr. Kejriwal doesn't want out?
Has the CBI ever gone to the Shivaji Chauhan's office to raid and steal?
Why is he nervous?
Okay, we take a 2-minute break.
Mr. Kejriwal.
We come back to the facts of this case.
I'm enjoying.
Rajendra Kumar raid.
We take a 2-minute break. No, 1 second. I'm sure the viewers are also enjoying this debate. I take a 2-minute break. When I come back, I'll ask Brijesh Kalappa when I come back. I will ask Brijesh Kalappa. I will ask Brijesh Kalappa one question when I come back.
Nervous?
But I won't reveal the question now. I will start with one question to Brijesh Kalappa. But Brijesh, I won't reveal the question now. See you in 2 minutes. I'm opening back with a question to Brijesh Kalappa, and Ashutosh, don't get provoked. Arati, don't respond. Nalin Kohli, don't respond. Let Brijesh bat for himself tonight. Brijesh, you see, you have a lot of things that you want to distance yourself from the Aam Aadmi Party.
You should also ask question to the BJP, Mr. Arnab Goswami.
I'll ask question. You're a little bit on the back foot,
Don't get
Ashutosh?
scared of Modi.
Are you a little bit on the back foot?
No.
Yeah,
don't be scared of asking questions to Narendra Modi.
Really? So, okay. So you broke.
And you be the first
Okay, so sorry, I didn't know. I didn't. No, Mr. Ashutosh. Ashutosh, old tactics won't work. You did not break Lalit Gate. We did, so don't preach to us. Don't preach to us about what we need to do. We don't need to take your permission. We have not joined the Arvind Kejriwal school of. I told Arvind Kejriwal 3 years back at a literary festival that I'm not your media partner. There are some channels that are your media partners. You can go to them. I'll ask my questions. My question is to Brijesh Kalappa. And why are you batting for Brijesh Kalappa, Ashutosh? He's your future ally.
You don't get his.
He's your future ally, so you are batting for him. He can't bat for himself. He'll bat for himself. He's a fully grown-up man who is a political spokesperson for the Indian National Congress. He can bat for himself. He doesn't need your backing. Now, Brijesh Kalappa.
He's not a kid like Rahul Gandhi. That's what you're saying.
Don't complete my sentences, Nalin. Now let's go back to the debate. My question to Brijesh Kalappa is this. Brijesh, what you have in common with the Aam Aadmi Party are three attributes.
Insofar as this kid business is concerned,
again diverting.
Insofar as this kid business is concerned,
okay, get done with it.
Anybody can call Rahul Gandhi anything they like, but I can assure you, Arnab, that he is growing from strength to strength, and you will see when he pulverizes the BJP in 2019, there will be no trace of the BJP.
Yeah.
This much I must assure you. Now you can ask me the question.
I'm sure he's watching the debate.
That's 4 years away.
Okay, can I continue, please? Or have you finished your respective sermons? You know, the question is this. The similarity between you and the Congress party is that your personal problems, that the personal problem,
is your prerogative.
That the personal problems that you have become the nation's problem. I mean, it's the Congress party's problem that Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are facing allegations of corruption in national case, not the country's problem. Similarly, it is Arvind Kejriwal's problem that his right-hand man is facing such deep and serious allegations of corruption. It's not the nation's problem, but you make it your nation's problem. Secondly, that your basic idea and your position is the same. And look at the irony. They began their anti-corruption campaign and existence by targeting you. Now you are exactly the same. You make allegations against powerful people, whether it is the Gandhis or Arvind Kejriwal's principal secretary, and we will block parliament. Now, Brijesh, isn't this political blackmail? Isn't obvious here? You follow, and basically you're saying nobody connected to any opposition leader, directly or indirectly, can ever be investigated for any acts of corruption, because otherwise you will face consequences elsewhere. So you are linking the nation's future to your personal problems. I mean, Brijesh, this is going to have people are going to really, they're going to see through this. You know that, Brijesh. You know that. Facts of the case. Go ahead.
Okay. First the facts, Arnab. First the facts. Even Subramaniam Swamy's petition does not say that Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi have earned a single penny. Even the petition does not say so. So how is this a case of corruption, Arnab? How is it a case of, it's not a case of corruption. First, insofar as National Herald is concerned, it is not a case of corruption. Of course it is a case of political vendetta, where Mr. Modi finds one of his flunky and gets his flunky to file some fictitious case, and then how, I don't know how he is able to, manage the kind of, orders and whatever he does, but he is able to manage something, because you find that a person like Amit Shah suddenly gets lot of relief. Everybody Mr. Modi wants to support gets lot of relief, but suddenly we find that in a case which is totally unfit, in any case of financial gain, there must be one financial gain or there must be financial loss. Only then it's a crime. How is
Nalin,
it a case of a crime?
Nalin,
how is National
Nalin, now my question to you. Nalin, my question to you. Nalin, my question to you. One second. One second. You can't let the BJP get away.
The reason Parliament is being blockaded is because of what has happened in Punjab and because of what has happened in Arunachal Pradesh, not because of National Herald.
The Rajya Sabha, answer that question.
I said
Why
so.
Are you holding
see,
up
there is a serious situation which has arisen in Arunachal Pradesh, where the governor is trying to see to it that the chief minister's office is destabilized. 1. 2, in Punjab, people like from the SAD are chopping off people's hands. They're dying as a result.
Okay.
Hands,
I go back to this.
70% increase in.
Can I go back to this case? Can I go back to this case, Brijesh? My problem. I have a problem with the BJP's argument here. Now, Nalin, don't jump the gun. But about a week back, the Aam Aadmi Party did a massive rally in Gujarat. I was told there was expected to be 5, 6, 7,000 people at the rally, but about 25,000 people apparently attended. So what the Aam Aadmi Party did last week, and I think Ashutosh was at that rally, was that it took the battle into your own camp. And there was a fair amount of Patel presence there. So they peeved you. Okay, and immediately once they have taken the battle to Gujarat, this raid happens. Point number 2, yesterday what happened, how Aam Aadmi Party took on the BJP over the slum demolition. That happened yesterday, and today this happens. You may want India to believe there is no connection between the Aam Aadmi Party's increasing aggression vis-a-vis you and the CBI raid, but people will find it suspicious. Third point, and this is the most critical point, please answer Nalin tonight.
I will answer.
No, 1 second. When another principal secretary called Sanjay Pratap Singh was arrested over allegations of bribery, there was cooperation between the Chief Minister's office and the central government. If the Chief Minister could take the CBI into confidence in that case, why can't you do the same here? Courtesy, in the context of the cooperation that I have just mentioned, doesn't propriety demand that the Chief Minister's office be taken into confidence? And given that there has been prior cooperation between the state and centre in arresting tainted bureaucrats, why was there the rush this time? Suddenly early in the morning before the office opens up, go and raid?
I can answer it.
You will find it difficult. I'll continue, please. Given that the principal secretary...
but I can answer it.
You can answer. Okay, carry on. Because I've given you 3 instances, right?
There's nothing to be... No, why should it be difficult?
No, I'm only questioning the timing.
Let's go with the Gujarat thing.
Gujarat,
yeah. You started about the Gujarat thing.
Yes.
The timing. I remember Mr. Kejriwal saying, "Zara dekhna, main ja raha hu abhi, Modi ji to Varanasi mein haar rahe hain." He did everything. They are free to say they are.
Was there an Aam Aadmi Party rally in Gujarat last week? Was there an Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat last week? Was there a great attendance at that rally? Did a lot of people turn up?
They can be anybody. Let them turn up. Who's stopping them? It's a free country. They can do a rally.
No, you're not stopping them, but you're suddenly carrying out a rally.
Number 2.
No, this case has existed for a long time.
Number 2 is about
tell me one thing. Nalin, listen to me. Nalin, this case has existed for a very long time. Please tell me. Nalin Kohli. Nalin Kohli. No, Nalin Kohli. No, Nalin, you answer my question now. Nalin, now you answer my question.
Please,
you tell me now. You tell me now, Nalin.
I'm not answering
You tell me now. I am asking you one question in one sentence. So many months this case has been going on. You know about it. Nothing happens. Suddenly, Aam Aadmi Party does a rally in Gujarat, and openly takes on the center over the demolition of slums in Delhi, and suddenly you carry out a raid. Last time when similar action was taken, there was cooperation between both sides. This time it happens a little surreptitiously. Early in the morning, even before the, people have cleaned the chief minister's office.
But when do raids take place?
No, why do you do it in hiding?
Are about sending a letter that we are coming over
why are you carrying out raids in hiding?
Or shall we come over in the evening for a cup of coffee or a drink? And we want to raid you. Raids will be done at a time that they choose to do, at a time when it's least expected.
I'm saying you're doing it out of nervousness.
When you set out a whole thing, number one.
I'm saying you're probably doing it because you're nervous about the app.
Why?
Because they've gone to Gujarat.
Nervous about the app.
Because they've gone to Gujarat.
About the app. They were there. Mr. Goswami was driving in the road in Gujarat before the Lok Sabha elections. Yahan ki sadkein bahut kharab hai and the camera was not shaking. That's also there. No shake in the camera. It's smoothly being recorded in Innova.
Ashutosh.
But then, and what happened in Gujarat? So, okay. This is all. And let's come to Mr. Ashutosh. We haven't forgotten Delhi. You have forgotten the mandate of Delhi. You have forgotten the mandate of Delhi. One person is inside jail because of some problems. Another person with a false degree. Law minister without a false degree. Principal secretary to the chief minister. What? You have forgotten Delhi. You have all the votes and you have all the seats. But you are the ones who have absolutely forgotten, divorced Delhi from your agenda. Your agenda is publicity. Your agenda is to be a news channel. Your agenda is only to make noise and allegations. That is the agenda, Mr. Ashutosh. You have forgotten Delhi. Nobody else.
Nalin Kohli, don't forget Delhi and don't forget Bihar. You are reduced to
don't forget
zero.
Delhi.
That's changed.
Now, and what are you in Bihar, Mr. Ashutosh? Are you in government there? One Mr. Kejriwal gets up and goes and meets somebody and says, "This is Sarkar ban gayi." What is it? What are you in Bihar? We lost Bihar.
Don't get rattled.
No rattled, Mr. Ashutosh. Least of all by the Aam Aadmi Party. I have to be rattled by something substantive, not by a joke. People don't get rattled by jokes, Mr. Ashutosh. You all are a living joke. You all are anything but work. You're only rhetoric.
Nalin, my last question tonight is this. Nalin, my last question tonight is this. Last question tonight.
My God, that's another joke.
Nalin, last question tonight. Please. Okay, 1 second. We want to get Brijesh back to the debate.
Don't get tense.
Okay, don't tease. No, don't have to tease each other. My question here is this. My last question is this. My question is, when DMK left UPA,
calm down.
When DMK left UPA, there was CBI raids on Stalin. At that time, the BJP was on the front foot questioning the independence of the CBI. The manner in which the opposition leaders are bearing the brunt of the CBI now, the same questions will be asked of you. They were a cage carrot against the Congress party. Now maybe you put an ironclad around the cage.
At that time, the Supreme Court called the CBI a cage parrot.
Brijesh Kalappa.
The Supreme Court gives cases to the CBI.
It would have been totally understandable. It would have been totally understandable, Arnab, if CBI had carried raids against the Principal Secretary for Vasundhara Raje, for Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the state where people are falling like nine pins. This is even worse than the plague. You don't know why
you
people
don't have
die,
even your own even your minister didn't have an allegation correctly brought up.
For what reason they die? Is it poison? Is it something else? Is it murder? Is it accident?
By the way,
but
Mr.
Kalappa, why is the
today as an advocate you made a very dangerous comment.
Why
you said in the National Herald case, relief coming from the court is political. And in the case of Gujarat, and in the National Herald you called it political vendetta. As an advocate and as a colleague of yours at the bar, I feel you should not demean the court.
Okay, viewers, I'll end with the last comment. I'll end with the last comment from Arati Jerath. I believe whatever the issue.
There's two important issues.
I believe whatever the issue, and we have many debates on the Newshour. We have very heated debates on the Newshour, and we completely disagree with each other on the Newshour. But we have to maintain some semblance of sobriety in language, and that is where I feel that for any argument, Arvind Kejriwal has crossed the line today, Arti. And that is not something that is going to go down well with anyone. You can't just call each other psychopaths, cowards. I mean, this kind of Twitter responses, it doesn't behove any mature politician. Maybe Ashutosh should reconsider that. What do you think, Arti? Last word to you.
No, absolutely. I think it's high time we stop this abuse. I think political parties need to get a little more mature and stop abusing each other. A war on corruption is a national fight. And Arnab, I'm glad you compared the SP Singh case with the Rajendra Kumar case. It's a national fight. Everybody must cooperate. The centre and the states must cooperate to fight against corruption. And it's high time we introduce some decorum in our public discourse.
Well, I thank you all. Let the viewers decide. I personally feel that it's gone too far this time. Maybe the AAP and BJP should come together vis-a-vis a person like Rajendra Kumar. Can't look at this in a partisan manner. That will set a good precedent. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Do you think it's a David versus Goliath fight that Arvind Kejriwal is getting into? Do you think he's positioning himself for a larger battle at the national level? And do you think he's using this controversy to prop himself up in a larger political fight vis-a-vis Mr. Narendra Modi? That's food for thought. Ashutosh doesn't agree, but I thank you all very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.